Hey there, hello and welcome to the channel. I am the Storm King and you're watching Railroads Online. First things first, let's put back our uh, Eureka and this iron train back at our freight depot, and in today's episode I'm planning to rescue these uh, log carts here, the cars that I've been using to carry lumber down from the logging camp to the sawmill. So what I'm planning is to use the same line, probably have an extension from behind there, a temporary one, to connect to this line so that we can drop the log cars off on that main line, and then I will expand or fix this route between our sawmill and the logging camp. So I'll drop off these cars at the freight depot and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I have dropped the rail cars, the iron car at the freight depot, and now I'm on my way on the second line to our sawmill. So probably it will go towards the back side of that storage yard that we had created. Okay, so we are at the spot from where I want to create that um back route to the rail cars. So I'm going to take off a piece of track from here and select rails, and then from here we'll just put a switch that will go along that route and pick up our rail cars. So this is just a temporary thing, so I'm not going to make it a very neat or a very perfect track. So put this here, switch this to the right. Okay, I need to go back a bit more. Yeah, about this should be good. So switch to the right. No. There. So with this, now our train will turn onto this loop, and from here we'll build a pretty rough track. All the way to the rail cars. Okay, so before continuing, I'll clear out these trees from here. Come on. Yep. So we will turn in out here and connect to this track, which looks really difficult. So I'll start with this groundwork here. Okay, so if the track starts from this spot, how long will it be? Okay, so this car is on the rails. If I delete it now, it's going to create an issue. So I'll just continue from here. So I'm going to make a few sharp turns, and anyway it's just a rough track. So I'm not bothered much about getting it perfectly. Do this here, this here, and this should connect. Well, yep. Next, let's take off this tree. get this one out. This too, and yeah, so now let's get Eureka and pull those cars back. Okay, so a change in plans. This particular piece of track looks really difficult. Like there was a huge kink here. So what I'm going to do is I will take Eureka along the original track, and for these 3 cars I'll pull it out from the front side, from the other side of the sawmill, and then for these cars I think it should be okay to push them through this curve. I just hope it works through this curve, or maybe if I can pull it ahead, then I can smoothen out the curve. So I'll get Eureka and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so the fire is out. I'll just chuck in some firewood and then we can go ahead and continue our work. So brakes off, reverse at full, and full regulator. I've got the first 3 cars pushed over this line onto the main. They're somewhere there between the trees. I'm not sure if you can see them. So what I'm going to do now is unbrake all of these cars and connect this line into that curve. So that way it should be good enough to push the train. And the reason why I am preferring this is because at the end of this line we don't have a track, and that could cause the train to delay and to derail, and also it will not support the entire length. So let's race up to Eureka and stop the engine and stop it right there before we derail. There's the brakes, next set of brakes. Okay, we are on time. Let me come out of here and set the switches so that this time we can go directly into this siding. So I'll unlock all the brakes. So I think I've put the brakes on all of these cars. It's going to take me a few minutes. Okay, this one's unlocked. Okay, so I've got all of these cars. So now what I need to do is demolish rails. Until here should be fine, and I think these are rolling back. No, it's just one car. So what happened to these? I hope it did not derail. Oh yes. Okay, so I'll just switch this over. Yeah, it's this switch that I forgot. There we go. I fell off. Let me just select a constant grade till here. Get on top. Read this flat car here. Okay, that looks good. And the second one, select this car. And drop it. Add the coupler and the pin, so these two should be good. Brake is off. So now what I need to do is, while I'm reversing the train, I just need to jump over to these cars and ensure that it's connected. Okay, let's try with the tracks directly. So this is a much wider curve, so this should be good. Oh no. So the last piece connects here, and I hope it will avoid that. Okay, so let's push Eureka into this siding and finally rescue out our cars. So just checking the brakes one more time. Okay, they're all good. Let's go straight to Eureka. So yeah, we are moving and into the last part out here. So let's just get the trains connected and then we should be good on our way to the freight depot. Yeah, I think the speed is good. Let's turn off the regulator now and let it coast in. So since that curve is really sharp, I think we need to keep the speed minimum, almost to a crawling. Okay, Eureka is still pushing. Okay, so we are coupled. 26% should be good. The water temperature is rising. We have about 105 units of pressure. So now let's quickly go on to the end and see how it is going. So this is truly amazing. The bogie is a bit outside, but it's, I think, because of the sharpness of the stern, but since we are going really slow, it should not be a problem. So there's no link and pin at this end, and this one should have a pin and a link here. And the brake is off. Okay, so there is some issue and I think it's trying to derail. Nope, it's going good. Another one more car length. See, in the sharpness of the curve, it's not hitting these two, so that's a good thing. We are almost there at the car. And this is connected, so it should slow things a little bit more. but I'll still keep the regulator at 20%. So if the entire train makes it through that curve, it's a good thing. It is, the difficult part is done. This next part here is pretty smooth, maybe a few kinks here and there, but otherwise it is good. So this one's ready, brake is off, and here too the brake is off. So now let's go and check on Eureka. Okay, so we are here, just a few more cars. Yep, it stayed on. So I just hope the tender doesn't go up into the air. Yeah, this turn here is causing the car to get up into the air. Just a little bit more. Let's hope the tender stays. If the tender also jumped a bit, you see like the trailing bogie is in the air, like it's jumping up and down, and so is Eureka. This wheel seems to be running on the outside, but we are through. Yep, we are through the worst of the curve. Pressure is built up, so let's open the regulator a little bit. Let's go to 50% and run over to the other end so that we can connect the last two cars. Okay, we're almost there. This car is off the brakes, so shock should not be a problem. That one jumped there, so we are good. All the cars are connected, and now I can go back to Eureka and go to full throttle. Oh, 1 second, let me check this place. Yeah, I thought the car endings were colliding, but we do have sufficient space. Okay, we're almost through. Okay, we're through the curve, it's the straight. Let's give it full regulator, and now I'll go check the switches on the freight depot side. Almost there. So there's the train, it's stationary, not a problem, and the switches here look aligned. The first one takes in from the left and it lets the train go to the right. So yeah, the switches are aligned. I think once we hit this switch, we can safely brake the train. So I'll get into Eureka and I'll see you in a bit. So I'm back in and we're almost nearing the switch. So the fire temperature is almost out. It's 28-27 degrees and dropping, but we still have water temperature, so that should give us sufficient steam to push this train into that area that I'm using as a makeshift parking, and we should make it through till there. So if you see the water level here, it's staying constantly at 4500 point something. It sometimes goes up to 1. So the reason why that is happening is as the water is used up from the tender, from the boiler, the tender supply is about 2 liters per second into the boiler and keeps filling it up. So what this is saying that the boiler holds 4500 units, but we now do not know how much the tender is storing. So to check that, we need to go and open the tender and check it. Okay, so the fire is gone, water temperature is dropping, so now we are not producing boiler pressure, but we have good momentum and that should be good. So if I open this hatch here, so somewhere here this water level has gone down, you see. Normally I see that it's having a black background and it's much higher, almost up to here, but now it's lower. So I guess yeah, we may need to refill the tender sometime. There. Okay, we are in. Let's get the brakes. Set the reverser to forward in case I need to use the reverser to brake, and I'll also apply the locomotive brakes. And there, we are good now. I'll turn off the brakes from here, let it roll into a stop, and I'll apply the car brakes. Let's uncouple these. So all in all, this was a successful rescue mission for these cars. Otherwise I think it would have been extremely difficult if it was part of the main line or there was no space left at the back of the yard, makeshift yard that I had made, the temporary one. So yeah, I would say this is a successful rescue mission. Let's call it a day here, and I'll see you all in the next video. So thank you all for watching till the end. Thank you all for watching this video. Please do hit the like, share, subscribe buttons again. Please share your comments. I would love to hear them. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Until then, goodbye and good luck.